The definition of inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something. I think it's important to refer to this definition when you're trying to combat something like artist's block, or when you're trying to become inspired. And it's important to remember the second word, process. I think most people, when they think about inspiration, or when they're in a situation where they would like to be inspired, they imagine it as a sudden flash of genius. Or at least this is sort of what I struggle with imagining it as sometimes. That it just hits you, and you know what you want to create and how to create it, and it just works, right? But that's not always how this process starts. When you want to start this process of being mentally stimulated, it starts with your motivation to create and the reason behind it, right? The mental stimulation that you feel to begin this process. It's really easy to get distracted behind your motivation to create. So many people are creating these days for money or for fame. They want the notoriety, and they want the ability to say, I'm making it big with my art, right? I see this all over social media, people bragging about the clients they have and how they're going to make it big, and they're on the grind or whatever. And I see these same people saying things like, I wish it didn't feel like such a chore to create anymore. Or how they're feeling uninspired about their artwork, or they're just unhappy with their creative life right now. And when I first saw these things, I was almost mad, but then sad, because I realized that they really want to love what they do. And I'm sure they do love what they do, but their motivation for starting this process was lost, and it was skewed. And to fix this, I want you to just think for a second and remember back to when you first fell in love with what you do. I want you to close your eyes and picture and imagine that first time that happened. Remember how it felt to create with that freedom, without all that extra baggage that comes along the way. That curiosity, that fascination with being able to bring something into this world that only you have. Your perspective that the world would be robbed of if you didn't bring this into reality. I need you to imagine that feeling again. And start your process of being inspired.